Were the ancient Egyptians mixed with Eurasians? Let's examine the latest research on the first full DNA genome from ancient Egypt and find out. A full genome of a man from ancient Egypt has been sequenced for the first time. This Egyptian man worked as a potter and lived during the Old Kingdom period of ancient Egypt, and his fossils were found in the area of Nuweirat in Upper Egypt. Recent DNA analysis of his isotopes revealed he was born in Egypt in the Nile Valley, so he was a native Egyptian. Furthermore, his DNA also revealed he had dark or black skin, which also debunks the Eurocentric claims that the ancient Egyptians were not black. He didn't have olive skin like modern Eurasians and Asians, or pale skin like modern Europeans. He had dark or black skin like Africans because he was an African man. Now let's examine his DNA results. This man's genetic makeup revealed that he was a native Egyptian, with 80% of his DNA native to North Africa, while 20% had DNA components that can be traced back to Western Asians, particularly from ancient Mesopotamia. These new findings show that there was a trade and some migration of people from Western Asia into Egypt, and also some intermingling with people from both regions. The researchers also clearly stated that this new discovery only applies to this man, and the DNA results don't apply for the whole of the ancient Egyptian population. So this new DNA research doesn't mean or prove that all ancient Egyptians were a mixed people or a mixed population, as the Eurocentrics are spreading fake news trying to claim. Now let's dig further into this Egyptian man's genes. As I mentioned earlier, 80% of his DNA was native North African, which comes from his paternal Y DNA. He carried Y DNA African haplogroup EM78 with its subclade E1B1B B2B, also known as EV15115. This subclade originated in East or Northeast Africa and is also most dominant in East Africans today, not in native North Africans or even native Egyptians today. This also further proves the ancestors of the ancient Egyptians came from East Africa, and the deep and ancient connection between ancient Egyptians and East Africans. The 20% of his DNA components contributed from Mesopotamia are from his mitochondrial DNA, and his results revealed he carried mtDNA haplogroup N1A, and this is due to admixture. So his mother had some genetic admixture or components from women from Western Asia with mtDNA N1A. Or did she? mtDNA haplogroup N is most dominant in Eurasian, Asian, and European women today, but the haplogroup originated in Africa around 60,000 years ago, before the out-of-Africa migrations, and African women in East Africa carry the basal or oldest markers of haplogroup N1A. mtDNA N1A is spread around East and Northeast Africa, and the Rendille tribe in Kenya carry the highest frequencies of mtDNA N1A with over 10%, and is the highest frequency of N1A in all populations of the world. So that so-called 20% Mesopotamian DNA might as well have come from an African woman, since East African women also share this haplogroup with non-African women. Both of his parents were most likely Africans, which also explains why this Egyptian man still had black skin, while people of mixed races have a lighter brown skin and not black skin.